Hi everyone. I wanted to do, hope you guys can hear me and see me. This is an actual live session. I wanted to do, actually this is my first live session, so I'm kind of excited to do this up for all of you. But I wanted to do a video on greens. I have a lot of questions about greens, and I'm going to kind of flip back and forth a little bit here and there between the canvas and down here, but I want to explain a few things about my greens. This is basically my setup, and actually I can even remove the cobalt. This is a cobalt blue in here for my greens. I have titanium white, ultramarine blue, so which is a really dark. You can see right here, this is the darkest value, almost pretty much. I have cobalt blue, which is this right here, and I have ivory black, which is pretty darn close in value-wise between the ultramarine and the ivory. And I have cadmium yellow lemon. The reason I have lemon is the highest chroma lemon, I should say yellow there is. I can always take the chroma down, meaning the intensity of the color. I can take the color up. I'm sorry, I can take the color down, but not up. And this is pretty much one of the highest intensity as far as colors go, as far as the yellows go, right here, which is the cadmium yellow lemon pure. So yeah, so the thing is with the ultramarine blue, it has a little bit of red in here. It has a little bit of red in here. So I'm going to show you something simple. To make a cool green is this mixture between ultramarine blue and cadmium lemon. This will give you a cool green, and I'm going to show you in mixing it out. If I want a warm green, then I'm going to put my ivory black. Okay, so ivory black and cadmium yellow lemon in there. So that's kind of a biggie if you try to get a warm green. Again, depending. If you're going way back in the distance, you generally want to have more of this mixture. If, as I'm coming forward in certain areas, then I want to go with the ivory black and the cadmium yellow lemon. I'll just say cadmium. I'll just say yellow lemon, but it's a cadmium color right here. So yeah, that's basically the mixture that I have. This is more of a pure blue, the cobalt blue, and I'm going to make sure. I'm just kind of looking at the monitor, make sure I have my. You guys can see this in there, and that's kind of my main go-to palette for mixing greens. And I'm gonna switch over manually. I'm kind of doing this manually right now, and you guys seeing my canvas right now. I squeezed out some colors, so let me remove those from my palette. So hold on one second, and make sure my head is not in here. So I'm going to show you by mixing together the ultramarine blue and cadmium lemon. I'll put a little bit of lemon in there. You don't need a lot. I want to try to keep the value dark. You're kind of seeing, and I'll put a little white in there so that you see it. It might be not as on the camera, but right now I'll put a little white in there just to lighten it up. But you can see that it's, in a second you'll see, this is actually a cool green. I'm trying to keep the darkness of it in the same time. And let me grab another brush. And I'm gonna, right underneath it, I'm gonna take my ivory black. You know what, I'm gonna do it, let's see, make sure that I see it. Right here, and a little bit of lemon. Look at the difference. Look at that. I'll put a little bit of white in there just for the heck of it. So, and I don't really have it next to each other, but look at the difference and how much cooler and warmer that is. I'm hoping that the camera is picking it up, but it's a fairly big difference between the two greens. Again, the ultramarine blue and yellow will give you a cool green. Ivory black and the yellow will give you a warm green. Now, let me clean my brush out and let me mix the cobalt blue and the Cobalt Blue and the lemon in there. So so the Cobalt Blue is a truer, quote unquote, truer blue because there's no red in it. Let me put a little bit in there. And you can kind of see, again, it's just, again, comparing it to this mixture is the Ivory Black. So that's a huge, huge difference in temperatures, not values. We're not talking about how light or dark something is, but temperatures. And you can kind of see the blue when I put white in it. That's the Ultramarine Blue, by the way, versus the Cobalt Blue. See how much bluer that is? So it's a truer blue, I guess. It's a more intense blue, the Cobalt Blue. This has a little bit of red in it, the Ultramarine Blue does. And once we put black, I'll put black here and then put white in it. It's fairly, definitely a grayer color for sure. But just to show you guys of what the yellow will, as I'm starting to, I'll mix the yellow in there too. Just try to clean my brush out. You can kind of see already that how much warmer that is once I mix the, again, I'm hoping the camera picks that up. Let me zoom in there a little bit for you guys. Let me see. Right there. Again, it's a big difference between the temperatures, and I just want to make sure that you understand, even though it's a dark color, the Ultramarine Blue, look at how much cooler of a green that is. All right, that's a big difference between the black. Once I mix the yellow in with the Ivory Black, look at how much warmer that is. So yeah, it's one of these things that you need to pay attention to. And I'm just kind of looking at live if you guys have any questions. Probably not, because I'm doing this first time live. I really didn't announce this. But pay attention to, let me zoom out. Right here. Maybe you guys can see me. I'll try to get in the camera. Yep. So yeah, pay attention to what your plan is, basically. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Pay attention to your plan of your greens. Let me see like that. Pay attention to the plan. Basically, greens that recede will be cooler, so you might want to use the Ultramarine Blue mixture. And greens that are a little bit more forward in front of you, closer to you, you might want to use the Ivory Black mixture. So those are the things. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on my live feed here, if you guys do have any questions. But I'll try to announce this next time ahead so we can kind of interact more. But it's sort of an important thing that I kind of missed in the beginning, way back. I've been at this for a while now, but I kind of missed, playing around with that. And I can put other mixtures in there too, but the big picture is Ivory Black and yellow will give you a warm green, Ultramarine Blue and yellow will give you a cool green. And let me zoom back one last time before I end this feed. Right there. Let me go in a little tighter, so you guys can really see that. You guys can really see that mixture, So it's really important to understand the differences. So I know some of you are watching live. If you want to type in a question, you can go ahead. Again, I should have announced this ahead, but I just kind of wanted to test the system out a little bit too, and let me know if this is something that you guys enjoyed, and I'll definitely do some other live sessions. So let me zoom out. it's sort of a test for me also to see, am I getting the point across? I gotta maybe go down here. If I'm getting the point across with all of you, and I'll probably have somebody helping me out a little bit with the questions. I can look at my phone definitely as you're asking questions, but it's up to you. Again, if from the left you say, okay, you say audio is coming from the left, that's could be something on your side. Could be on something on my side too. This is not, it is not a stereo recording, and there's a bit of a delay here, but if you have a question to ask, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to get off the live feed right now, and next time I'll try to announce that I'm doing this ahead. So thanks for hanging in there with me, and I hope you enjoyed my way of, not my way, but the way, not the way, but color mixture of the greens. Kind of that's the big concept here. So yeah, let me know your thoughts.